Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here today. Modding. Modding is so important to so many games, but when it comes to Bethesda games, it is the very backbone that keeps those games alive for years and years to come. There's a reason why Fallout 4, New Vegas, and Skyrim are still so relevant to this day. It's not just because they're phenomenal video games, it's because the modding community continues to iterate, add content, make them much better video games, and explore worlds that we thought were only left to the imagination. They're doing remakes within mods. They're doing whole new lands for us to explore, new weapons, reworking the AI. Modding is super important, and today we get into what looks to be a pretty messy situation with the most popular modding platform on the internet, Nexus, which hosts pretty much any mod I've ever downloaded in my entire life. So I want to sit down and talk about this today because it's messy. There's also a lot of reading that you'd have to do, and I know some of you don't got time for that. You want just a too long didn't read. That's what this video is today, as we go through everything that's transpired with the modding situation, and I'll give some of my thoughts as we go along. It's actually one of those situations where it walks the line. You understand the modder side, you understand Nexus's side, you understand the consumer side. So not really a black and white issue here where we can just pick a side and run with it. So with that in mind, let's get into it. How did this all start? July 1st. We wake up, no warning, nothing whatsoever. Boom. New system announced for Nexus about future plans for what's called collections. These collections have been worked on for 2 years through a new system called Portal. And the idea behind it is actually quite sound. I've said for years that modding can be very intimidating. It's one of the best ways you can play some of your favorite games, but it's why so many people love the console modding. I mean, Xbox console modding, to a lesser extent, PlayStation console modding, a much lesser extent, I should add. You know, these were really appealing to fans because it was not getting into your data files, extracting folders, messing around on websites to try and change your game. And so now Nexus wants to take an approach to modding that would allow you to get these mod files together, not have them collide, conflict, where sometimes certain mods that were totally fine independently would overlap and break with each other. They're creating lists that you can download in bulk that will augment your entire game, not just piecemealing the mods. And to me, as someone who has made a modding guide before, a Fallout New Vegas modding guide, one of the videos I'm most proud of because we turned into this skit-filled adventure, I really think this is a good idea because modding is intimidating. It can be complicated. I know some of us out there are like, yo, I've been doing it for years. It's not that hard. Stop. New people coming in. I've been there. I think we've all been there. You start modding. It's a little bit difficult at first, and especially when things start breaking, that's when it goes haywire and you think, why isn't this working how I thought it was supposed to? So it's a great feature. You may be wondering why exactly this is going to become a problem. Well, let's keep going. So they're first confirming that this isn't a premium feature. And the pricing packages we'll get into in a little bit because then they changed some of that up and it's starting to look a little funny with the timing of everything. But they do make sure people know collections aren't a premium feature, but as most premium members have experienced already with Nexus, your download times are much better if you are a premium member, but you can still experience collections through a free membership. But they are citing that the premium membership is more important than ever as it contributes to the upkeep of their site. The server costs 18 employees, a content delivering network spanning across the globe, giving back to mod authors via the donation point system, insurance, and an office for those employees, so on and so forth. One of the main concerns coming out of this was mod authors not getting the proper credit. Like if someone curated a list of mods as a collection, would they get paid for the collection instead of the individual modder receiving money? They addressed a lot of issues like this, and specifically with this one, they said that they are taking away the donation system from this collection system entirely, but the individual mod authors will be credited. Once again, you may be looking at this going, what is the problem? Well, mods will be archived as of August when you log onto the site. If you have not submitted to delete your mods, Nexus has them. They are archived permanently. And the worry for some folks, and it is just speculative, is that with the premium rollout they're doing of this new plan, that they may start to use other people's content to generate more revenue for their website. And so originally it was a all or nothing offering from Nexus. Either we will delete all of your mods completely if you request it, or we will delete none of them. After feedback, they have said, okay, send us a form here and we will delete individual mod pages. We'll PM you to make sure it's you, and then we will delete the mods per your request because we're not entitled to holding them on the website. Now, this is a ticking clock, and with the sudden announcement and then the haphazard way of handling the mod deletion, a lot of it comes down to agency of content. I know making mods is not this super common thing, so let's take a look at something that a lot of us have done maybe. Making a YouTube video. Imagine if you uploaded a YouTube video and then YouTube just said, this is ours now. You can't choose what to do with this. If you want to take this down, you can't. And it may seem trivial, but it's your creation. And you don't know what they're going to do with it on the other end with this new premium service, with these new collections, how it will be monetized. Will your work be used in ways that you can't control? And if it is that way, you can't take it down now. So the way they justify this archiving of the mods is because to get the system to work the way it does through Vortex, they need to have them on the website. But like I said, it's about creative control. And so now modders are pulling out. A lot of modders. One that's most notable here for this channel, the Fallout 4 Capital Wasteland mod, is pulling out of Nexus, among many other important weapon packs, AI packs, just overall across the board, excellent top tier modders are leaving. They're saying, look, I need to know that this site is not going to use my content in ways I'm not comfortable with. But I think for Fallout 4 Capital Wasteland, this is the remake mod of Fallout 3, which looks superb. It is an achievement, and they've actually done a Point Lookout DLC, which looks fantastic, much like on the level of Beyond Skyrim Bruma. This is crazy that something like this exists, and they're pulling out of Nexus going, nope, not here. And quite frankly, I don't blame them for it. Like I said, I don't think this is a pick a side type of argument. I tried to emphasize that up front. I'm going to say it again. This isn't really where you just pick a side. Because let's get into premium concerns. You see, this is, oh boy, this is where it gets a little tricky. Because now they're introducing a new billing system and premium pricing setup. It's been the same for many, many years. And now they're updating it where you'll either be billed monthly for about $6.90 a month or €5, or you will be billed yearly at €50 or $69.20, which is a significant increase to the previous pricing that was on the website. They claim they have streamlined their membership offering by removing the supporter 3-month and 6-month memberships and instead offering this package here. They also removed their lifetime membership fee. Very convenient because the premium membership will impact their new collection setup here, right? I talked about download time and all the other offerings that they're going to have and that they may have down the line. And when you look at how they're really strong-arming the lifetime membership from you, if you don't buy it now, in August, it will be grandfathered in if you are a lifetime membership owner. But if not, you are stuck with this new, very expensive billing cycle. Very expensive, comparatively speaking, of course. It's up to you in your own financial situation of how expensive that truly is to you. Since then, feedback has almost been locked down. Actually, not even almost been, it technically has been. They've locked the comments on the thread and are trying to respond when it comes to premium memberships, mod authors, and donation points. But right now, as it stands, mod authors are a bit upset by this, so they're pulling out. Nexus is standing their ground, which I honestly respect. They said they've had a vision for multiple years. And in a way, I think it's kind of smart that they sit down and go, look, we've worked on this for years. Let's ride it out. Taking the feedback, right? Like the mod auth, like the mod forms and taking them down as per requests. But there's also just so much here that they knew would go south. They even say it in their own write-up. Yeah, we know this may be controversial. Yeah, we know you may not like this. And to my thought is maybe we should find a way to make this more agreeable before announcing it. And I respect that they wanted to show and tell instead of just talk about it. But at this point in time, they really are just doing a lot of talking despite saying they desired to show and tell. But they're changing everything before that. People are much more lenient when you buy into a product, right? You see something, go, okay, I see what you're doing here. This is worth it. But right now, there's too many question marks surrounding what otherwise sounds like a solid service. Collections for mods? I mean, at this point, instead of making mod guides, you make a mod collection. You go, hey, this is the Mr. Matty mod collection. Here you go. Boom. This is my mod list. Should work totally fine. You download it, does it all itself through Vortex, activate it. Boom. I love the idea of that. I think many people do. It's really hard to argue with it. Of course, you'll still have your own individual mods that you'll be getting in there and doing and activating individually. But beyond that, I think collections are a very sound idea. It's just that it's such an aggressive move, right? They're saying we're archiving your mods, and then we're upping the premium pricing, and then you have a new premium pricing plan, and unless you buy now, you'll be grandfathered in. It's kind of got that Fallout First stink on it a little bit, where you see the ideas and the potential around it. You're like, okay, like for the fans, yeah, this would be pretty cool, but beyond that, I don't know. But anyway, it's something that's gotten really messy. Modders have been pretty vocal about it, and it really just boils down to agency of your content, which as a content creator, I totally get it, and I respect it, and I think modders are doing the right thing. However, there is this undeniable part, which is that there really aren't many large modding platforms, at least that I'm aware of, beyond Nexus, right? You have the Steam Workshop, for example, the built-in, easy to download, subscribe, it's boom, in your game. But beyond that, I can't think of many sites that offer that very familiar, popular modding platform quite like what Nexus is. And so we'll see in due time what other competitors rise up. I think this will make for a healthier modding environment, because I think part of the reason Nexus is doing this is because they feel they're able to. They're able to go, well, we're the shit around here. Let's do this. Let's get aggressive. You know, they can go. We'll get other modders because we're undeniably huge. They paid out almost $1 million to modders themselves. So they're making lots of money through this. And they got 18 people employed, plus an office. They're making a lot of money off this site. So yeah, there's a reason they're getting aggressive, and it's probably because they feel a little comfortable to do so. So I want to know your thoughts on this. What do you make of what's going on with the Nexus modding situation? Fire away. I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Big thank you to everyone who's supporting all the content that we're doing here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.